One of the things that we saw this week happen that is actually really important news. The Fannie Mae, this is thinking about the two administrations and what their plans are, is the Freddie Mac CEO quit this week. So he turned in his resignation. The guy's like a longtime guy. David Brickman was the Freddie Mac CEO. Fannie and Freddie hold about $7 trillion in mortgage assets.
Wow.
And so asset securities, basically, they're in the conservatorship of the federal government, have been since the market chaos of like '08. The government bailed them out with like $190 billion in that cycle. And the interesting thing, I think it was, there was a Wall Street Journal piece that said Fannie Freddie should hold $280 billion in capital. The FHFA says. So the governance over Fannie Freddie came down and said, what you have on asset reserves to protect yourself against a market calamity is not enough. You need $280 billion. From what I was reading on the same piece, they currently hold about less than $40 billion. I don't know how they capitalize like that. It's almost like you're not going to be able to capitalize like without the government's help. The math, I mean, if they want them to hold $280 billion, they're $240 billion short. I mean, in the crash of the market, they were bailed with $190 billion. So it seems like an uncrossable bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how that happens. And so I guess, the idea here, Trump was, one of his initiatives was to try to give Fannie and Freddie back to private interest.
Exactly.
To be on its own. And they're not on a path to do that. So basically it looks like the Freddie boss feels like, hey, we're going to Biden. Biden's is going to maintain conservatorship, and keep it, so to speak, nationalized, all the mortgage-backed securities. And so basically, the other thing I think is interesting is, does the FHFA think things are going to be bad? Like, why would you tell them they need so much capital? Like, you need to increase your capital like 7-fold what you have right now. It's telling. I mean, it's interesting. I think that's what kind of triggers people, especially in the financial markets, to be like, oh, this is in trouble.
Right.
You hear certain people saying it's exciting, it's going up forever, and you have people that are very concerned that the housing market's high.
Yeah.